As you settle into the evening, let your shoulders grow lighter. Your hands rest quietly by your side, and your breath take on a softer, slower rhythm that feels easy to follow. Steady, without effort. Calm, without needing to think about it. Like the natural hush that comes when the day has finished and night is all around, holding you safely where you are, with no need to go anywhere or do anything. You can imagine the room dimly lit, perhaps a soft glow like lamplight falling gently against a wall. Perhaps the sense of cool night air moving slowly through, steady and even, carrying quiet comfort with it. The feeling is that of being safe at home, tucked in, with no demands, no hurry. Only the slow passage of time as the body finds its place of rest. This night, we will drift toward the calm picture of a lake that holds many reflections. A still body of water that seems to catch every soft glimmer from above, a surface that gathers light and holds it steady. In this story, you can rest near the water's edge, noticing the quietness of the ripples, the easy way the surface seems both deep and delicate at once. A scene made for letting go of weight and letting the mind grow unhurried. Everything is steady tonight. Here, nothing pulls at you, nothing interrupts you. There is no push forward and no reason to hold back, only the calm sense of being present, safe, and at ease as you prepare to drift further into rest. Now that you are settled into this quiet space, we can ease into the image of the lake itself, imagining its surface is smooth and open, a wide stretch of gentle water waiting calmly under the night sky, gathering the soft glow of countless moons above it, each one appearing as if it were a lantern placed carefully upon the still surface, each one steady and clear, without hurry or demand. As you picture this scene, notice how the air feels cool but comfortable, like a fresh breath that flows in and out with ease, brushing lightly against your skin, carrying no weight, only a sense of quiet clarity. Around the lake, the shoreline is steady and dark, with trees resting in their own silence, their branches barely moving, holding stillness the way the water holds light, making the entire place feel complete in its calm. You might imagine sitting at the edge, perhaps on soft grass that bends easily, perhaps on smooth stones that feel solid under you, a place where you can rest and simply notice, with no need to think ahead or look back, only to remain here in this gentle picture. In this moment, there is no division between the reflections and the sky, the water and the air, all flowing into one another in a quiet balance that feels natural and lasting. As you let this image linger, you may notice how time itself seems slower, as though the world is moving at a pace meant for comfort, with no interruptions, no urgency. Everything is steady tonight. The light rests, the air rests, and you too are allowed to rest, moving at the same calm rhythm as the lake and the moons it carries. You can let this sense of balance surround you, noticing again and again how simple and complete the picture feels, how easy it is to return to the quiet image whenever the mind wanders, how soothing it is to remember that here you are safe, calm, and already drifting into deeper rest. The image of the lake that reflects 1,000 moons grows larger in your mind now, becoming not just a scene you see, but a rhythm you feel, a wide and gentle cycle that repeats and repeats until it carries you further into calm. And as we stay with it, we will move slowly with many small returns to the same picture, so that every time you hear it, the mind softens, the body eases, and rest feels a little closer. At the center of this thought is the calmness of still water, wide and open, gathering light without effort, holding each reflection without disturbance, a picture that asks for nothing in return, attains by simply being what it is, steady, clear, and quiet. Around this water, you can place yourself as a listener, someone who notices, someone who breathes in cool night air and lets it fill the body with ease, someone who can lean back into grass that presses softly, or a stone that feels steady, or simply into the comfort of a pillow in a dark room, all of it linked together by this image of steady reflection. The surface of the lake holds many moons, perhaps too many to count. Each one the same, each one unique, and the mind does not need to keep track. It only needs to see the repetition of light upon water. The way it stays calm and unbroken, even as time moves forward. The rhythm is gentle, the rhythm is sure, the rhythm asks nothing from you, and in that stillness you can return again and again. Everything is steady tonight. Each cycle of thought brings you back to the water, back to the glow, back to the air that brushes softly, back to the quiet sense that all is in place. Think of one moon upon the water, its glow resting easy on the surface, spreading just enough to shimmer without breaking apart, like a lantern seen through thin cloth, gentle and muted, not sharp, not bright, only enough to remind you of its presence. Then think of two, side by side, each one reflecting without touching, each one carrying the same calm light, the water between them just as steady as the water beneath them. Then think of three, each one layered into the next, and as you add more, the picture does not crowd, it does not press, it does not overwhelm. It simply grows in its calmness, more and more gentle lights resting easily upon a surface that does not change. A lake that does not move faster or slower, a lake that holds without weight. You may imagine this scene repeated 10 times, or 20, or more. The number does not matter. Only the rhythm of repeating lights across still water. Only the sense that every new reflection is another layer of calm, another reminder of ease. Everything is steady tonight. You might picture yourself walking a slow path around the lake, each step gentle, each step steady, noticing how the lights shift slightly as your view changes, but always they remain on the water. Always they remain soft and sure. Always they remain calm. The grass at your feet is soft, bending beneath your weight without resistance, cool and faintly damp from the night air. And your breath moves in and out, matching the rhythm of your slow walk, unhurried, easy, natural. Each turn of your attention returns you to the reflections, and each time you return, it feels familiar, safe, unbroken, like coming back to a favorite place where nothing changes except the deepening quiet. The air is cool, the water is steady, the moons are clear, the night is calm, and your body rests deeper as you linger. Everything is steady tonight. As this thought repeats, the mind loosens its grip, each cycle of return, leaving you more at ease, more ready to sink into the rhythm of rest. The lake does not need to change. The moons do not need to move. The picture is already complete, already whole, already enough to carry you further into sleep. Imagine lying back and letting the whole sky above be reflected below, so that there is no boundary, no difference, only light and water, sky and reflection, merging until you no longer need to notice which is which. You only notice the stillness that comes from their joining. The more you linger here, the softer the edges of thought become, the slower time feels, the easier it is to breathe. Everything is steady tonight. Okay, you may find yourself drifting with the surface itself, as though you were part of it, floating in calm water that carries no weight, reflecting gentle light without needing to hold it. Simply present, simply steady, simply quiet. Each repetition of this thought brings you further into the rhythm, further into ease, further into rest, and there is no need to move away from it. No need to search for more, because the picture itself is enough, simple and complete. 1,000 moons resting on water, 1,000 reminders of calm, 1,000 small lights carrying you toward deep sleep. As you remain with the picture of the lake, we can let its calm widen, adding gentle layers that only make the scene softer, clearer, more complete. And as we do so, the rhythm continues in slow and familiar cycles, always steady, always sure, always here for you. Imagine again the water's surface, broad and quiet, carrying those many reflections. And let us consider how such reflections stay, even though the night is deep. How they remain no matter how long you gaze, how they seem to invite the eye without asking for effort, as though they were placed for comfort alone. Each reflection is a simple answer to the sky above, an answer that carries no sound, no motion. It's only light spread across calmness, light set down with care. Everything is steady tonight. And when we look more closely at this idea, we can soften further by naming gentle qualities that rest together in the scene. The coolness of the night air that drifts across the skin, the steadiness of the trees along the shoreline that bend but do not break, the silence that lingers in open space above the water, the faint shimmer of the moons as they touch the surface, the sense of balance that comes from the whole picture held in place. These 5 parts form one whole, a quiet pattern, each part as simple as the next, each part returning you to rest. Now, let us return to the rhythm of small cycles, where the mind is guided back again and again to the same calm thought. Picture one moon resting on the water, its glow like the edge of lamplight against a wall. Soft, spreading, not sharp, carrying no demand, only presence. Picture another joining it, then another, each one layered gently, not crowding, not pressing, but filling the lake with repeated calmness. Like lanterns placed carefully at even intervals, each one steady, each one sure. As you imagine this, you may notice that time grows slower, that thoughts spread wider, that everything feels as though it has softened into its own rhythm, natural and safe. Everything is steady tonight. The path around the lake remains easy beneath your feet, whether you walk it in your mind or simply rest and imagine its curve, always leading back to the same view, always giving you another angle of the same quiet reflection. The grass still bends, the stones still hold, the trees still wait, the water still shines, and you are still here within it, safe and unhurried. Each repetition of the thought that the lake holds 1,000 moons becomes another way of saying the night holds you. The night carries you. The night does not ask for more than your presence. You may let your breath fall into the same rhythm, steady and slow, moving in and out with no weight, no effort, no pause that feels heavy, only the natural exchange of air as the body rests. Everything is steady tonight. You might picture lying back again, the whole sky reflected below, and in that image, there is no separation, only joining, only union, only the quiet comfort that comes when light and water, air and earth, reflection and sky, all settle into one still rhythm. The longer you linger here, the less you need to do, the less you need to notice, the more the picture carries itself, repeating its calm, repeating its ease, repeating its invitation to rest until it feels endless, as though the 1,000 moons will always be there, waiting to remind you of quiet, waiting to remind you of safety, waiting to remind you of rest. The night draws deeper now, and with it, the picture of the lake becomes even more complete, a gentle circle of thought that returns again and again to the same easy calm, so that each repetition brings more softness, more rest, more release, until the body feels weightless, the mind feels open, and the heart feels quiet. The 1,000 moons reflected on the surface do not compete. They do not press forward. They do not fade away. They remain, each one a simple reminder that stillness is enough, that stillness is safe, that stillness can hold you through the night. Everything is steady tonight. The air continues to brush lightly across your skin. The shoreline continues to hold steady shapes in the dark. The water continues to mirror light, and none of it requires any effort from you. It carries itself, and you can simply allow it to surround you. Picture the grass beneath you again, soft and cool, bending without resistance. Or imagine the quiet firmness of stone beneath your hand, grounding you, steadying you, while all around, the faint shimmer of moonlight rests on water. You may hear silence, or you may hear a soft, imagined ripple, but even that sound is smooth, low, unbroken, as though the night has chosen its own lullaby. Each time you return to this image, it becomes more familiar, more natural, like revisiting the same gentle dream that welcomes you without question. Everything is steady tonight. The moons multiply without effort. 10, 20, 100, 1,000. Each one the same, each one unique, each one steady. And all together, they form a quiet rhythm that cannot be hurried, cannot be broken, cannot be lost. And as you linger with them, your breathing slows to match. Your body grows heavier against the surface where you rest, and your thoughts loosen, drifting farther and farther into ease. Everything is steady tonight. You may imagine the sky and the lake blending into one another now, so that up and down no longer matter, so that you float in an endless space of soft light and gentle water, supported without weight, surrounded without boundary, held in a calm that has no edges. The longer you stay with this, the softer everything becomes. The more the night gathers you, the more the body yields to rest. The more the mind allows itself to drift. Everything is steady tonight. With each repetition, you move further into the quiet spiral of sleep, deeper into the rhythm of ease. And as the 1,000 moons continue to shine, steady upon the still water, their light rests not only on the lake, but within you, steadying your thoughts, softening your breath, and carrying you to a final good night.